0.
Hi, hello, and good evening. I'm still seeing black squares. It is August 21st, and we are discussing the Rachel Riley's first HOH week. We're claiming it as the first because there will be at least 2 more this
At
season.
least 2.
At least 2. That's right, because she's staying in until final 2. You heard it here first, folks. I am a clairvoyant. And that's what's going on. So we're recapping Rachel Riley's HOH week. And all of Riley's like really problematic, gross behavior. We're definitely going to get into that. Suddenly don't care that he has a big package. Lots to discuss, especially because we have a double stream tonight. We are finally going back down under to review Australian Survivor, our favorite Survivor. So lots to do tonight and not a lot of time to do it. So let's get into it. I am Kyle Petty, and I am joined, as always, by my festy besties, John Dunphy and Gina Margino, and this is Strat Chat, arguably your favorite reality TV podcast. You can find us on all the socials at Strat Chat Pod, and we are super excited again to be discussing Big Brother 27. If at any point I sound really, really crazy tonight, it is because I can't see anything. All of my speakers' faces are just black, including mine. I don't know what's happening.
Can you see us in the little bottom thingy?
No, I have no eyes on anything. It almost on my. I have to screenshot this so I can show you guys later. I'm really seeing absolutely nothing.
Could you use your phone to pull up like YouTube or something so you can watch?
I don't have time. I don't have time for that because my phone has all the notes. Like we just don't have the time. All right, technology has failed us on August 21st, but. Who didn't fail us was Rachel Riley, who got her first HOH win this week in what I would say is one of the worst HOH competitions or competitions ever that I've ever seen in this franchise. You can count Australia, and we got to say, we love Australia, but their Big Brother, not quite it. And you go to to Big Brother Canada. This is the worst competition I've ever seen.
Yikes.
Wasn't it bad? It was so boring.
It wasn't great.
It wasn't great, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't wait for it to be over.
Yeah, this was one...
No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just going to say, this was one that I also felt like you don't really even have to watch. Just like, once you know what the rules are, it's like, all right, I'm going to come back in like 3 minutes and see who's left in this. Because it's like they're just picking up a phone and running into rooms, and some of them are right and some of them are wrong. It's like there's nothing else happening here. Like
no, and we were also subjected to some of the worst acting I've ever seen.
Oh, you don't like their scary screaming?
Oh my, no, even just the phone acting, like all of it. I was like, this is just like too much, and like maybe it was like 1 or 2 like little moments in the episode. It was just so repetitive that it was like I'm not even enjoying the cheese of it, and she loves her dairy, but this didn't work for me. This didn't work for me.
Well, I heard a lot of chatter that potentially there was some production manipulation happening because
really? Is you heard on the blue sky where the skies are blue and blue?
Everybody, including Taryn, was under the impression that last week's HOH was supposed to be the wall competition. Then we end up with whatever this competition was. And now, surprise, they let us know during the episode that tonight we're doing the wall competition. Normally, we know days ahead of time that the wall is coming because you prepare to watch it on the live feeds. So there has been some speculation that some things were kind of like shuffled around because Rachel might not have been as built for a wall as she is for maybe something else. I don't know how much I subscribe to that, but it's been out there.
That's interesting. Oh, I have so many new comments now. Let's just hop around, right? So, I was saying pre-Strat Chat that I felt that Riley's exit felt a little manufactured and concocted. Is it possible that we used Rachel Riley as the vehicle to make sure that this happened?
I mean, it's not impossible. Like, even I was saying watching the episode before, like, production is literally on their hands and knees begging for Rylie to go home, because all this week the fan base has been very vocal about wanting Rylie to get pulled from the game, and production had made a statement saying, he hasn't technically broken any of the codes of conduct or anything in his contract yet, but we are keeping a very, very close eye on the situation so that if something is to happen, we're able to pull him out. So knowing how production is, like, we've seen in the past, there are problematic house guests and they will say, bring them back for reindeer games when they know that we don't like them. And they'll like do anything in their power to not pull somebody from the game. So it's not out of the realm of possibilities that they would try to manufacture the best sequence of events to get them organically evicted rather than having to like pull the plug and create a whole new setup.
Yeah. Yeah. And I definitely agree about CBS being like, all right, please make this happen, God. Like Rylie has to go
for me.
because this has like been bubbling up for weeks, right? And then it felt like it took, between last week and this week, it got even more intense. And like, not that like fans shouldn't have like a voice or some kind of like sway over, like how the game goes, but like I think that the pressure really ramped up when you start seeing people like Taylor Hale talking about it, and Chelsea and Hannah Chada, like all of these people have been posting on social media. I almost say Hannah Chada, Hannah Chada. But you see all these other players, and not even just Big Brother players. I've seen players from other shows like Survivor and stuff like weighing in on this, and I feel
it's started to make like mainstream news.
TMZ was covering it, had articles coming out about it, and I'm like, all right.
The U.S. Sun.
And I feel like, all right, the pressure was really mounting here, so... Yeah, but Taylor also did say, like, part of he's not going to get pulled unless he, like, hits something or someone, and he hadn't done that. So it's like, all right, how can we make this happen without making it look like it was totally sketchy?
Right.
Well, so that's that. I mean, like, I don't really know what else. I definitely have more comments on the Rylie situation, but I think that will really come when we get to tonight's episode. But, I mean, is there anything else noteworthy from Sunday other than the fact that Rachel nominated Vince, Mickey, and Morgan?
There really wasn't a ton to like deep dive into on the Sunday episode. Like all we really saw was like people's reactions to Zach getting evicted. We saw the HOH competition, and then there was like a little bit of like back and forth of like Rachel versus Mickey, and like Rachel, like Mickey saying that Kelly told Mickey that Rachel told Kelly that like or like whatever it was, like somebody was icing somebody out. Like there was like a whole big like back and forth, like
Rachel told Kelly that she felt like who was it? Mickey was icing her out or whatever, right? And then Kelly went and told Mickey what Rachel said, and Rachel immediately went and was like, "Kelly, why did you tell Mickey that?"
Yeah. But like other than that, like it was a pretty straightforward. Like this was exactly what I would have expected her nominations to be. Like Vince has been very vocal to other people about wanting to get Rachel out. Rachel and Morgan had that whole thing with like the jury comment, and like they've been at odds for a while, and they're aligned. She's aligned with Vince. They're both aligned with Vince, so that's a big problem. Like it's just it kind of was pretty cut and dry as far as I'm concerned.
Do we really think that it was really that bad that Kelly shared with Mickey that Rachel felt that she was icing her out? Like I didn't really actually think that was such a big deal.
I mean, this house is just a mess. I feel like a lot of things that we think are normal go out the window. But I guess I feel like with Kelly, like at least on like when you see like a lot of people saying that Kelly's going around saying to people like, "Oh, I'm such an instigator. I do this. No one wants to work with me. I'm such a loner." And then they had this whole segment where Kelly's up in the HOH room with Rachel, and Rachel is like confiding in her and trying to work with her. And then the first thing you do is go and tell the person that Rachel was talking to you about, like, And I feel like because of Rachel and Mickey's tension, especially since Jimmy left and everything, and now Rachel's put Mickey up, it's like you kind of got to be a little more careful with who you're saying these things to, Kelly, because immediately after that, Kelly goes back up to Rachel, and Kelly's like, "Damn, I finally get one ally in this game, and I can't even keep them for a day." Like, I don't know.
For me, this whole thing was just like it just kind of felt like, I feel like before, whether or not this conversation was to happen, Rachel was gonna put up Mickey no matter what, because we've been seeing, all these conversations about like Mickey thinks she's running things and Mickey blah blah blah. Like everybody is uncomfortable with Mickey, so I think it just kind of gave her an opportunity to be like, oh no, this is why, when like she was just gonna do it anyway,
I'm so sick of Mickey. I don't even know what to do. I'm sick of her smug face. I'm sick of her overconfidence. Like, I'm so tired of her. Like, I don't really have anything redeeming to say about her other than her looks. I still think she's I think she's pretty from the neck down.
Yes.
From the neck down, because that face.
Oh
no, Kyle.
No, I mean, she has a pretty face. She's never smiling. She always looks unpleasant. You know what I mean? Like she's never smiling. Like, I'm sorry. Like, teeth make you look beautiful, and like we don't.
She does kind of always look like she's ready to like cut someone at the knees.
Fight, right? And it's like, can you smile? Like, that's all we need, and that's why I say from the neck down. She otherwise has a pleasant face, but she always looks angry. So it's
I feel.
Yeah. Sorry.
As someone with a resting bitch face, I sympathize.
You do sit outside of that, though. You do have a resting bitch face, but you still look pretty.
Thank you.
I guess, sorry, Mickey. Not on Gina's level. So there's that.
What a crazy thing to
say. We're so sorry, Mickey. But like, I guess that's it for Sunday, right? That's Sunday.
Pretty much, yeah.
I guess that brings us into Wednesday's Jumbo veto episode. Speaking of Jumbo, though, you know how things just happen. I don't know. There was some mention about a supersized episode on Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
It's called Supersized How. Is it longer? I don't have time for that.
I don't know if I don't know either for sure. It seemed, I was a little confused when they brought Taylor and Derek out tonight. It seemed like there might have been something, they were saying something about like Derek and Taylor might be part of the episode with some like BB Unlocked style stuff. Like,
they're
I don't know.
They're trying so hard to make BB Unlocked happen.
Right. Like if this so real.
Yeah, and like I could be totally wrong. So they're doing it tomorrow night, right? It's this Friday. They should have another episode of Unlocked.
It's supposed to be, yeah, but like they almost didn't mention tomorrow night, or did they? Like, I feel like they just kept talking about Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know why Boston Rob was there tonight. I'm very confused.
Yeah, it was like I just felt like it was the way Julie worded some stuff there at the end made it seem like part of the reason this is going to be a super size episode is because like they're just going to like throw an episode of BB Unlocked into the middle of this actual Big Brother episode, which is literally forcing us to watch it.
It's like force feeding us BB Unlocked. I actually think it would be a lot better if they just made it like an online like companion podcast or something, like Jeff Probst, or whatever he calls it, On Fire with Probst. I don't know what
yeah.
But like, if it was something like that, fine. I think Drop Your Buffs is the Australian Survivor one.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, what is it? On Fire, Fire Time, Fire Tribes.
Fire Tribes!
Definitely not that. But
it is now.
Yeah, officially Fire Tribes with Jeff Probsties.
That's our rebrand. We're taking copyright.
You're welcome. So, John, tell us about the Jumbo episode. John's Jumbo.
Jumbo John. So this Wednesday's episode, we kicked off, obviously, Vince not surprised at all. He was on the block. I don't think Morgan was surprised, really. I think Mickey actually was somewhat surprised. I don't think Mickey thought that this was ever going to be a possibility that Rachel would put her up, because her reaction to this with the whole, like Rachel is crazy because everyone knows, like she thinks she's running this house, but it's really me. Everyone's swarming around me because they can see my genuineness and her fakeness. Oh my
gosh. I wanted to go through the television.
Right. And I really loved that we got from like all of them, right? Because then they went into that little side room next to the bathroom. It was Ava, Will, Ashley, and Mickey is crying, putting on the waterworks, saying, bring up Rachel's family, saying like having a husband and 2 kids doesn't make you a better person,
Oh,
blah blah blah,
right.
all this stuff, right?
So
Um,
gross.
and
It was
I
so
love that they individually went to a diary room confessional with each person that she was in there with, being like, we know that you're lying. Why are you acting like this right now?
Mhm.
right.
And I think that like even though this was right after, like it's early in the episode, it's right after the noms, I felt like, and even though Ashley defended her after this, I felt like this was an important moment where like things really started to turn poorly for Mickey this
Started to
week.
shift. Yeah, and shout out to Will. I mean, if we didn't love Will before, we certainly loved him more in this confessional that you mentioned here, because he was just like, "Girl, you know you would talk about Rachel. Like, what you talk about? Let's just be honest."
Right. Yeah, like and like
I was like, "Good for you, Will."
right, and like he
Yeah.
was ready to take Mickey down this week if he had won the veto, and it's like, and like just I love that he just keeps it honest. Like he's not going to be a bull. Like, he might just tell you what you want to hear in like a game conversation if he's just trying to get through the conversation or whatever. But like I love that he keeps it so honest. Like the fact that he, even though he's been working with Mickey, like he didn't just blindly defend her. He was like Mickey, you know you were going to put her up. She just took the shot first.
Right.
Like let's just keep it 100 here. Like
Yeah. I'm sorry. Will's gonna win this game. Will's gonna win. He's gonna win this game.
I didn't expect to like him as much as I like him.
Yeah. If he gets to the end, he has such a great case to make, because he didn't play dirty. He didn't get scrappy with these other people. Like he didn't really like get into the weeds with a lot of this other stuff. He's just, like you said, he's kept it so honest. He's kept it 100 the entire time. Like I think that people are going to respect that if he can make it there.
I mean, he also, like, we saw a little bit in Wednesday's episode, him talking about, it was a very funny segment, but him talking about how, like, my social game is so good that people just want to, like, tell me things, and, like, I don't care about it, and I, like, smile and nod about it, but, like, whatever. But even something that, like, we didn't see in either of the episodes was, like, people in there really, really do love him. Like, Rachel won this HOH, and that night, she was like, hey, Will, listen, I'm going to stay in the bed that I've been sleeping in. Like, you go sleep in the HOH room. Like, get a good night's sleep. Like, you can have the room. You can have the big bed. Like, go take the HOH. When do you ever see the HOH offering the room to somebody just because?
And Rachel Rylie, no less. Who,
Right.
you know, I mean, she is who made "Who Wants to See My HOH Room" a thing. Like, if it wasn't for Rachel, it would not have been what it is now. You know?
Right.
Like, yeah, absolutely fair. Like, I'm loving Will.
yeah, he's honestly I thought he was a solid pick, but I didn't think he was going to be my favorite player on my draft team. You know,
Yeah.
I wore this stupid pink cowboy hat tonight because I figured I'd wear this for Riley's eviction party.
Oh God.
But it doesn't sit on these headphones, right? So
Gotta go.
All right, it
I
feels
don't
much
even know
better.
what you're
Okay,
wearing.
I know. I'm sorry. Okay, so I mean, I guess this isn't that important, I guess, because we know how things turn out at this point. But like after this whole thing, even though Ashley has been getting annoyed at Mickey, she still went up to Rachel for some reason, being like, "You have to make this right. Like, make sure the veto gets used on Mickey and take her down. Like, make it right." And I'm like, Mickey's doing this to herself. What do you mean Rachel has to make it right? Like, I don't understand Ashley's thought process here. I love the like theory too that Ashley is actually a twin, and the other one is named like Ashleah. Have you seen this on Twitter?
I have not seen this.
Yeah,
No.
there's like a whole, and like obviously people are joking, like, but like people are saying that there's some kind of like funky twin twist where like Ashley's the good one and Ashleah is the bad one. So whenever Ashley's like working with Rachel and like doing smart things, that's the real Ashley. And then when she starts like doing stupid stuff like this and running off and like trying to defend Mickey, that's Ashleah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that's been going around.
I like
that's been going around on Twitter a little bit. We also saw Mickey finally go kind of calm down, have a one-on-one with Rachel after she wasn't so upset about being nominated anymore. And they kind of said like, "Oh, like yeah, we're good, everything's fine." But then immediately we saw Mickey being like, "Oh, yeah, I can forgive but not forget. Rachel has to go." What do you think of this frenemies, Rachel and Keanu, final two? That Keanu doesn't actually. I don't know what he's doing.
I mean, I like it. You know, as much as we say these alliances don't matter, and like this is that, this is this, and it's like, but the other side to that is all you need is a circumstance to arise to make an alliance be activated. So
Sure.
all these little conversations do sort of matter, even if they seem throwaway. Like, frenemies, I don't know. But the second somebody needs it, it's real. And then now the other person, whether or not they wanted it to be real or not, like now they kind of owe something. So it does add an interesting like dynamic to the structure. So I guess we'll have to see. I mean, I do thoroughly enjoy the relations that they've had. They've had so many ups and downs, and right now it kind of seems, I wouldn't say up, but it's not down.
Yeah.
I agree. I think they're like a really funny duo. Like they're like
Yeah.
really dysfunctional siblings or something. It feels like.
Mm-hmm.
But I am curious now to see how it goes, because obviously Keanu was not happy about Rylie going up, and now obviously is not going to be happy about Rylie being evicted. So I'm curious what what that relationship will be like now. But we also had Otev in this episode, the Hog
We
Father.
sure did.
Did you like this iteration of Otev, the Hog Father?
I didn't like the stinkiness theme.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about. I was like, why
Stinky.
does Big Brother love to try to make fart jokes happen?
Yeah, I don't really like that. I don't need that. Like, it's hard enough to get people who don't watch this show to take it seriously. And I certainly don't need all these stinky jokes. But like otherwise, I always love Otev, especially one that has expletives involved. That's always like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm always here for Otev. I thought it was a little early for Otev, though.
Yeah, there are only so many questions you can really ask them. And like it's funny because like you can like almost make a case with like, all right, well, they did it in one round last season, so how many did they really need? And like to be fair, they only did 3 rounds this season. But it's like not enough has happened that like on a normal season with people who are actually gamers and know what to freaking look for, like people are going to be studying the days and like making sure they know what happened, and not enough has happened to have forgotten those things on a normal season. But
Agreed, because we're not even at the halfway point.
Yeah,
so it's a little too soon. Like, I want to see Otev at least once we've gotten to jury. Like,
sure.
Yeah, it's almost like it almost feels like a little bit of pandering towards Rachel just to make sure she gets the opportunity to play Otev.
Sure.
Question mark.
Wouldn't put anything past them.
No, not these folks.
So this obviously, we said this whole competition didn't last that long. The one like notable thing that I had from it was that I thought it was crazy that Mickey is standing next to Lauren trying to get her to throw the competition, as if like there's no possible way that Lauren could be a renom here. Like Lauren has literally throughout this week had been saying, I'm really nervous. I might be the 4th renom. I want to play this veto. I want to win this veto so I can make sure I'm safe. I don't know if I'll use it or not, but like if I get to play in it, I'm going to try my best to win it. And then for Mickey to just stand there and be like, just let us win it. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
That everybody is wrapped around her finger. I don't understand why she has this perception that she is so well insulated, but like she really believes that everyone is playing her game.
Yeah. I want more than anything, like it's not even so much about wanting her to go. I just want her to realize she doesn't have the pull she had. And I think it just would feel sweetest as she walks out.
Right.
Like, because she would just be sitting there on that couch, batting her eyes and blinking all fast as she likes to do, throwing her locks all around. Then all of a sudden, like she realizes that, like, don't nobody care about you, boo. Like, I want that to happen so bad. I want it so. She's gonna be like, wait, what? You thought her eyes were blinking fast before?
Yeah,
she's gonna be blinking nonstop.
You're so right. You're so right.
Yeah.
And so after the competition, Lauren ends up winning in 3 rounds. So she gets the veto. And from here, we really just went into sort of the scramble right before the veto ceremony. What's Lauren going to do with this? And there was some interesting things here. Right? Obviously, Vince is trying to convince her to use it on him, and they've been really tight. They have a final 2. Morgan tried to pull out this whole thing about Zach having the power that could have saved him.
That was bananas, dude.
Right?
That whole conversation was crazy.
Yeah. And Lauren, like, literally laughing at her in the DR, being like, "That's your pitch to get me to use this veto on you, and we haven't like actually worked together all season." It's like you're telling me this thing that I don't even really know is necessarily true. But what did you think of Rachel then? So Rachel was following Lauren around at one point, just popping up into any conversation she was having with anyone that might have been on the block. And that part I thought was actually sort of entertaining, because like Rachel's just funny when she does stuff like that. But then I thought it was a little crazy of Rachel to go into that pantry at one point and be like, "Real classy, guys," to Vince and Morgan, because they had the audacity
to campaign for themselves on the block.
Yeah, to try to get themselves saved with the veto. Like that, like, and it's entertaining, it's fun, but that was like, come on now, Rachel. It's fun to see how quickly she can intimidate them too.
It's very funny, but at the same time, like, I feel like this wouldn't have happened if anybody else was in this position, but it's because, God love her, poor Lauren has absolutely no plan in this entire game. She like wins things and then she's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What do you want me to do? Do you think I should? Oh God. Oh no. Yeah. And like she just like, because she never knows what she's doing, it's like she is somebody that you could like strong arm into doing what you want. So like I don't not get where Rachel got that from, but it's also like they're gonna campaign for themselves there on the block, you know?
Right. And even Rachel in these moments were like, "Girl, this is your veto. You do what you want with it. I would rather you not, but you do what you want." It's like, if Rachel is telling you to play your own game, please play it. Please play it. Because that's not really Rachel's MO. You know what I mean? Like to give someone their own like autonomy to make their own decisions. That's not Rachel. That's not the Rachel we fell in love with. So if she's saying it, like, come on.
And like that whole segment of like Rachel trying to like talk to her about it, and she's like, hold on, I'm just gonna like I gotta go get my moisturizer, I'll be right back. And now she's running around like between the bathroom and to Vince and whatever, being like, I don't know what to do, I'm stressed out. It's like, Lauren, literally just do something. At this point, it doesn't even matter what it is, just pick a lane, like do something.
Right, just other than what you're doing, do anything else.
And you know what? And like, so as much as I feel like Rachel was a little harsh on some people in the house, like Vince and Morgan, for trying to advocate for themselves and all that. Like, I do understand where Rachel's frustration came in, because she was trying to have a conversation with Lauren and like figure out what they were going to do with this. And Lauren was so wishy-washy and so hesitant to like give any indication of what she was going to do, that by the time she finally did go to Rachel and say like, "Hey, I am really considering using this on Vince," then Rachel was like, "Well, you know, we've talked about this. Now you're giving me no time to actually talk to anyone else."
Yeah, now I have to figure out who the rebound is.
Right, now I have to scramble because you couldn't make a decision. So I get the frustration from Rachel there. And that's where she had to lay down the line. That like, listen, I get that Vince is your friend, but if you take him down at this point, you're putting your other friends at risk. So you have to decide who's most important to you.
Ridiculous.
So yeah, I guess that takes us right into the veto ceremony, right? Vince had told Lauren, "Oh, I think Rachel's bluffing," or whatever. And Lauren, I think, was operating based on that like Rylie or Catherine wouldn't go up. So Lauren ended up deciding to use it. Vince comes down. Rachel puts up Rylie. People are shocked. And I loved that Rachel just ends the whole ceremony by going, "Lauren chose Vince."
Well, it's also like,
oh man, that was brutal.
Like, based on like watching like the bits of the live feeds that I'm tuning into and like whatever, like there are a lot of people this season that claim to, and we've talked about this here too, they all claim to be super fans of the show, but like there are things that they have said or done or whatever that kind of like disprove that. Like, you know, Rylie thinking that he's the first person in history to have his HOH stolen, or like Vince just like not really understanding the strategy piece of the game at all, or none of them seem to know what a backdoor is, and like all of it, like and there's like a lot really of like
understands what a knockout comp is supposed to be for.
Right. Like there's a lot of like things that kind of prove that like maybe they're not all super fans. The one exception to that has been Lauren. It seems like even though she doesn't really do anything when she has power, like she understands the mechanics of the game and the way that things go. So for Lauren of all people to think that Rachel Riley would ever be bluffing about anything is bananas to me. Like if Rachel says, if you use this, I'm putting somebody up, she is 1000% putting that person up.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll piggyback on that though to defend Lauren just a little bit, and that I kind of do understand if she's a super fan like she says she is. I could almost understand you wanting to check with Rachel to make sure she's good with you using this veto, because Rachel is scary because she doesn't play a scared game. Like she's gonna come for you if you piss her off. So it's like, she of all these idiots in this house, she's the one that you don't want to piss off.
Right.
So I'll give her that, but like again, once Rachel says you better use it because blah blah blah, then you better use it.
And again, like my other thing is like, because of all of the things that you just said, like if you are going to pitch like, hey, I know you want me to not use it, but I really need to use it to save this person, you better go in with a strong argument of who should go up instead. You know, like, yeah, I need to save Vince because that's my person, but also please don't put up these other two people that are also my people. You better have one solid person of like, this is who the renom has to be, and here's why that's beneficial to you. You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's just this game is so funny, like this Big Brother game, right? Because like I've seen a lot of people throughout the season calling Lauren just like a waste of a casting spot or whatever, and I can see their argument. Yeah, I can see it. But like what's funny to me about this game is that taking away any sort of speculation that there could have been any kind of like foul play by production, not foul play if they're trying to get Rylie out, but like if they're trying to set things up to get Rylie out, right? Let's take that out of the equation for a minute. Any sort of conspiracy theories about that. And just like the fact that we think that a lot of people think Lauren's a waste of a casting spot. Oh, we just lost Gina and she's back. And she's gone again. But so
Gina's gone. I can't. I'm frozen. What a mess.
But Lauren though, this waste of a casting spot, right? Pretty much because of her wishy-washiness is the reason that Rachel decides I'm putting up one of your allies now. Rylie goes up, Rylie goes home. It's like Rylie might not be there, if it wasn't for everything that Lauren did. If she hadn't won the veto, didn't know how to use it, was freaking out and panicking with Rachel. Rachel decides to punish her by putting up an ally, and now all of a sudden we all got what we wanted. Rylie.
I still have mixed feelings about whether or not this is what we all wanted. I wanted Rylie to go for sure, but I still maintain that like I would have rathered somebody else for Rachel's HOH. This is a woman. I was going to call her a girl. She is not a girl. All right, she's a grown ass woman with 2 kids. She's a woman who finally got her first win after lamenting for so many weeks over her lack of wins. Now she finally gets one, and she gets out the person that she had on the block that I feel really was the least or the lowest threat to her game.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see Rylie go for me. I'm happy to see Rylie go for Caddy. But I'm not happy. I'm not happy for Rachel. I think that sucks.
Yeah, I will say it's a success for Rachel in that at least she did get out a threat on her HOH and not get out one of her own allies like we've been seeing everyone else do.
All right.
Because I feel like if, especially, Mickey, I think for Rachel, I mean, who knows if they can repair it or not in that side of the house at this point. But like, I think it would have been a blow if like that, it would have been a real waste and a rereal failure if like Morgan had left tonight. Like at least you took a number from the other side who has won an HOH, even if it did get stolen. And like, so in a way it was a success, but I do agree that like there were other people that would have been better to go for Rachel.
That's all. I just feel like it sucks for Rachel. But I feel like, Morgan wasn't going to go because of the new alliance that was formed, right? The judges.
Yeah, well, I guess I was just nervous because like it looked like Ava made her decision in the diary room, and it looked like she at one point went mm, like she was like literally changing the first letter of the name she was gonna say. Like we could hear it
Mhm.
happening, and I'm like, if she had switched, Morgan would have been gone because
Also fair.
it
Also
was a
fair.
5-4 vote. So
Yeah, right. Um, all right. I don't want to like speed through things, but clearly I need to restart my computer before we do Australian Survivor, and we need to get into Julie Judgment. We need to review the latest alliance map from our friend, Big Brother Junkie. You can find them on Twitter as 89 Razor Skate. So there's a couple of things we have to do. Is that it for Wednesday? Was there anything else for the Jumbo John episode?
that was all the notes I had. That's it.
Okay. All right. So Wednesday is complete. Lauren did end up removing Vince. For those of you who are looking at bullet points for our podcast here, removes Vince. And obviously Rachel, replaced him with Mr. Rylie. That is what really brought us into tonight, which I do feel like was really just much of the same. I don't really think there was much that was groundbreaking in this episode that we didn't already sort of know. It was just like additional context on things.
Yeah, I think you're right, especially because we got through the Blockbuster and the vote, and it was like, I don't even know if it was like 8:40 yet, because I think it took forever for Rylie to get out of the house, and they still had to save time for the interview, plus bringing out Taylor and Derek and Boston Rob. It was like everything that we needed to see in the episode was done in like a half an hour. Like,
right. What did you think of the BB Blockbuster competition, though? When I first saw this, I thought it was going to be one of those where, they usually get some handles. It
that's what I
kind of
thought.
reminded me of BB23 in the that casino thing where they had like the little the thing that they can kind of move it from left to right to kind of guide it down the thing.
Yeah, that's what I
That
thought it was
wasn't
going to
it.
be too.
This is just fall out, just roll it down the thing and just, via con Dios. Was this fun for you?
It was okay. I mean, I've seen worse, I think.
Yeah, we saw worse on Sunday for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
It wasn't
I
like my
actually
favorite, but I liked it.
I would have liked it more if people actually played it the way that it was. I feel like it was intended to be played. You got a full 2 minutes to play this game, which I felt like was very, very short. But then, like, you have the option to either lock in or not. And Rylie was waiting to lock in based on what it looked like other people were doing. And you were seated in the middle. Like, you had the best opportunity to kind of see what people were doing and how this was going to go. And you still locked in with something far lower. Like, why you had like Gina said in the group chat, or maybe it was you, somebody said it, but it was like you had a full minute to keep trying.
Yeah. And that's what I like, unless he he was like walking down though, like looking at their boards, it looked like.
Yes,
And,
he was. He was. And I said, what an interesting strategy. I said, well, good for you. I don't like you, but you're playing
right.
correct.
Right. And like it
Mhm.
seemed like those tables were like tilted. So I don't know like what angle he was actually able to see. I think he could probably definitely see Morgan's ball. But then like Mickey's, I don't know how well he was able to see that, but it just looked weird because there was a point where both Mickey and Morgan had clocked in. And it looked like Rylie was looking at Morgan's table, but then he just, instead of trying again, even though he was behind her, it looked like he just walked up to the buzzer and hit it. And I was just like,
Right.
what's
It
happening here?
seems to me if you see her stop, even if she doesn't lock in, like you better go look at what's going on. Because if you would have walked down, you still, even tilted or not, you would have seen that her ball was on the other end.
Yeah.
Because it's tilted. Like I don't know. Like that didn't really make any sense to me. And that continues to fuel my argument that like Rylie was supposed to leave tonight. And it's like production said, no, you have to go. And they did everything possible. I could just be a conspiracy theorist, but like they did everything to make it look as if this was not staged, but like it was, from the fact that, he basically threw the Blockbuster. Ava waffled in the diary room, but still did what we wanted her to do. And then that goodbye was so ridiculous. I didn't see a single actual tear. It was just people just making a lot of crying sounds. And Catherine kept doing something like beneath her eyes, but like it's just to give the illusion of tears. Like I didn't actually see anyone really go boo, boo, boo. And I was like, this is like so ridiculous. Like it was just I hated it. It just felt so manufactured.
Oh man.
So
yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
This whole episode was weird, honestly.
This whole episode is weird. This stream is weird because now Gina's in the chat saying her computer's glitching. She can't even hear me. I mean, it's just a disaster tonight. We all need to restart our computers.
I can hear and see both of you.
Well, at least
are we talking about that? For whatever reason, when my computer, like my Wi-Fi glitched and it kicked me out, and then I came back in and now I cannot see or hear Kyle at all. So I'm only hearing and seeing John's half of the conversation. And I'm like, I have like the YouTube video in my ear, hearing whatever Kyle is saying on a delay. And I'm trying to like figure it out in the settings and I don't know what's going on.
This is horrible. No, this is terrible. So let's speed up through things because we all need to restart our computers and get our lives in order because we do have this is a double stream Thursday. Two stream Thursday. So there's that. Let's do something a little fun. Let's do something different. Let's get into judging our girl Julie. Oh, Julie. What are we wearing this week? This one is rough for me because I couldn't actually even see the video.
That fixed it.
Oh, it fixed it. It didn't fix it for me, but I can see Julie on tonight. Our legs are out. No more denim, no more pants. We've got a red dress on, a beautiful matching bracelet, also in red. Obviously, that's what matching is. Another white bracelet to go with it. Some really fun bangles on the right wrist. And what you cannot see in the picture, that we had some beautiful open-toed gold shoes. High heels. For those who are interested in that. So what did you think of what Julie wore tonight? If you're in the chat, you can use hashtag hot to cast your vote for hot. You can use hashtag tepid if you thought it was in the middle, and hashtag not if you thought it was whack. Anyone watching any other way, scan the QR code with Julie in the middle. It's a one-click vote. Let us know, hot, not, or tepid. And if you're following us on the socials, you can do the same. The link is already posted with a picture in full glam, so you can actually see
full glam.
In full glam. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm in full fucking glam. And you'll be able to use that to vote as well to get into the conversation. Let your vote be heard. This is democracy after all, despite what others may make you believe. So, as far as we have here, Miss Julie Chen Moonves, I gotta say the bitch is back. This is a hot for me. Let's go. Way to go, Miss Julie. This was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Hot. I think this was this might have been the best outfit of the season so far.
Week 6 for Rachel Riley's HOH. We showing up and showing out. Come on, Miss Julie. And what does Gina say? Is it hots across the board?
It most certainly is hots across the board.
All right. Our audience says the same. Overwhelmingly for hot. Way to go, Julie. Knocked it out of the park on a Thursday evening. Oh, great. Good for you, girl. All right. Stupid. So there's that. We did our Julie judgment. We judged the hell out of her and we loved it. Now, one other thing that we love to do here on the Strat Chat is we love to get granular. Our friend we mentioned before, BB Junkie puts up these alliance maps. We like to get into it. Oh, thank God I can actually see it. Thank God I was low-key nervous.
Yeah.
Yep. So I haven't actually looked at this. I saved it. I put in the thing. I said, I'm not going to look because I like to look at it with you guys in case you haven't already seen it. So this is dated August 20th. yesterday. All right, this is the summer of mysteries. Alliances and deals, week 6. Okay, so the top left, we've got Kat, Lauren, Kelly, Rylie, Vince, and maybe a sort of Keanu because he's a little bit outside of the structure. They're working together and agreed to vote together. Keanu thinks, there it is. Keanu thinks he's part of it, but no one trusts Keanu. That's why he's a little bit outside. That's why I love these. That's not an error. It's not like this person was sitting down and putting this together and like, oops, I didn't align that right. No, everything is with intention. Thank you, Big Brother Junkie. So I find that interesting.
Yeah.
Vince and Kelly have a final 2. We didn't really discuss that in the stream before, but
Vince seemed to only just discover that.
Exactly. Yeah, this is news to Vince as much as news to us. Kelly's been living her entire life thinking that she was solid.
Her entire life.
So sorry, Kelly. You just gave news to Vince. So there's that.
Vince has big problems in this game because, so we saw in this episode that he has the final 2 with Kelly that he didn't know about. He had made a final 2 with Rylie that he forgot about until he was talking about how he doesn't have a real alliance with Rylie, and then was like, now that I'm saying it, I kind of think I made a final 2 with him. Doesn't remember. Ooh. Then we see him talking about how his worst case scenario is to have Rylie and Morgan both on the block and having to choose between them because he promised them both safety, which is not the first time that Vince has been in that position, because there have been other times where he's played veto and said, if I win, I will take you down to every single person, or promises everybody his vote. He needs to take a step back, figure out who he actually wants to work with, and stop promising everything to everybody, because he's going to get himself in trouble. And it already kind of started to happen with the Adrian vote, where he said he was going to vote one way and then voted a different way because he didn't want to force Lauren into the tiebreaker that she had agreed to be. So he's setting himself up for a lot of unnecessary stress by promising loyalty to everybody.
Yeah. Which is fine to me because I'm really tired of Vince. He just thinks he's so smart, and anyone who thinks they're too smart, I just want them to be knocked down of pegs, And Vince is certainly, fitting that description for me.
It stresses me out.
Tired of the stash, huh?
Yeah, I was always tired of the stash. That's not been a big secret. What do you think of the Unexpendables? That's new to me. It's supposed to be Rylie, Keanu, and Vince, with Rylie and Keanu having a final 2, and Vince and Keanu having a final 2. Apparently,
Keanu must be
anything about that.
Keanu must be happy he doesn't now have to make a decision between Rylie and Vince, who he has final 2s with. There's 3 people in that alliance. He has final 2 with both of them.
I mean, to be fair, I think a lot of people have a lot of final 2s.
It's just,
I don't think it's just Vince, but at least everyone else is aware of what they have.
Right. This is the Keanu one. I just think it's funny that it says final 2 on either side of Keanu's head. That little
I mean, to be fair, what situation would have ended up with those 3 as final 3? There was never any situation that was going to happen.
What is that? Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, Rachel and Ava call themselves Double the Fun. News to me.
Yeah, I know about their final 2. I haven't heard that name, though.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that either. I do like the additional comment on the frenemies alliance between Keanu and Rachel. Doesn't fully trust him because he talks too much.
I love how
funny.
It's half the alliances that it says Keanu is in. There's a disclaimer that says this person doesn't actually trust Keanu.
Right? It's so funny. I think it's really great. I love it, because I do think that could ultimately serve Keanu a little later if he just keeps winning and he makes it. I think it's going to be okay, because not everyone will know exactly where they stand with him, and if everyone can corroborate that, then no one has a reason to feel badly about their place with him. So then they can actually feel like they might be able to gain some agency with him. So if he manages that correctly, and we would expect him to as a dungeon master, then, then I think that maybe Keanu could be in a good spot at this point. Because I don't really think, especially after Rachel's HOH, like who's looking at Keanu as much, other than people who might just be looking for a third spot on their nominee list. Like, do we think that Keanu is really like a target for anyone anymore?
I think that he's survived long enough to like where people obviously still don't trust him, but I don't think that he's like the number one target for anyone at this point. Like everybody else has pissed each other off enough. Like for a while it was like, we got to get Keanu out. He's talking about picking us off. He's doing this, he's doing that. And it's like so much other stuff has happened now that like finally we said for weeks, like, why does everybody still think this way about Keanu? And it's like, finally they were able to forget about it because of all the drama now between everybody else. It's like,
yeah. So I guess we'll see what happens there. The melting pot, I don't really consider that to be super real, especially with Mickey's behavior this week.
Yeah, and Zach is gone, so
yeah, I don't think this matters. I don't think this matters. The core four, being anchored by Ava and Will being a final two. I will say I love their relationship. I think I know we've discussed this before. They just seem to be super cute together. Definitely rooting for the two of them. But this core four thing, again, I think that any alliance that has Mickey as a part of it is less real because everyone seems to be a little bit turned off to her. So this core four is not anymore.
I love how what's funny about this too, just seeing Mickey and Ava pictured next to each other, is that like even though Ava was like almost uncontrollably sobbing in the DR when she had to cast her vote to evict, she was still able to get out the joke, "You mean I really can't vote out Mickey?" like Ava is done with Mickey. Ava is done.
I love her too. Yeah, I think Mickey's got problems depending on who wins this next HOH. I really can't wait to see. The judges are interesting to me. We'll see how that one plays out. I think that I actually think the placement of these pictures on the graphic is actually very, very appropriate. I definitely would see Vince and Morgan being on the bottom of this, and the next one on the bottom would be Ashley. Like this is definitely in descending or ascending order, depending on how you're looking. But yeah, I find the judges interesting because again, an alliance is only real when you really need it. So we'll see. What do you think of the girls? That tells us everything. She don't believe it.
Well, I just, it's just funny because I felt like, Mickey's doing all this stuff. So, Rachel puts her up and you got Ashley being like, "Oh, make this right. Use the veto. Take her down." And it's like, how much is like Ashley? It doesn't feel like maybe after this week things will change. But it's like, is Ashley even fully committed to this, or is she just always going to run back to Mickey? Like,
Ashley just feels too messy to trust. Like, I feel like if I was aligned with her, I wouldn't really feel like I was aligned with her.
Especially because she's like running around with toilet paper coming out of her ass.
Oh my god, I forgot about
that. Like, do you think that was real? Like, there's a part of me that almost thinks that moment was a little staged. Like, it was so neat coming out of her pants. It was so neat.
I just don't understand how that even happens.
Yeah, it wasn't even really hanging. Like, it looked like it was just like I almost thought it was like a laundry thing, like that it was like static attached to her. I was like, how does
static, like some dryer sheets or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That was very, very strange to me. I think Peach Cobbler is a farce. I've never heard of this. And again, Mickey's in it. It's not real.
Yeah, I mean both of the supposed allies is Morgan also in this?
Well, for a second I thought Ashley trusts Morgan again is what it says.
Okay.
I don't know if she's in Peach Cobbler, but
right. But well, even just the three of them, then Ashley, Will, and Mickey. I mean, they were both going to vote Mickey out this week if she was up there. So,
so Peach Cobbler farce.
Yeah, sorry that cobbler has expired.
And the tea party, I'm sorry, the tea did not steep. The water was never warm enough. I don't think that that's real either.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's it for our Alliance map this week. So again, thank you to Big Brother Junkie, found on the Twitter as 89 Razor Skate 20. If you want to see the map for yourself. Why did you say up? What happened?
It was a brief second where it said you were offline, and then it came back, and I
That was what happened to me before. That was why I couldn't hear him.
I saw the Strat Chat logo, and I saw some
Yeah.
like little things around it. Yeah, this stream was a mess. So the people that actually like kind of stuck it out with us, thank you for your patience, your love and support. This is the perfect time for us to shut down and get our lives in order. Because if you're watching Australian Survivor, we're absolutely thrilled to share with you that we are going to be live in about 14 minutes discussing week 1. This is Australia versus the world. So we are getting the return of Sari Fields, who you did get to see on Big Brother 25, in case you did not actually see her Survivor seasons. Parvati of the Traders and Survivor is back, as well as Tony, 2-time winner of Survivor US. In addition to David, the Golden God, who has won, Australian Survivor, can't stand him. King George is back, as well as Queen Janine, Shawnee, and Princess Kirby. I'm going to give her that title.
This cast is incredible. Oh my God.
Crazy ass.
And
it really hit the ground running as soon as they hit the sand. I mean, this sucker just kicked off. Yeah.
And I have to tell you, if you don't watch Australian Survivor, definitely do it. Not only because it's awesome, but then you can hang out with us during our Australian Survivor streams. But also, thank God for this coming out when it did. Because in the middle of what's maybe the worst strategic season of Big Brother of all time, it's awesome to be able to see these like absolute masterminds like actually pulling off all these moves. So thank God.
Yeah. It's really, really fantastic. So we're having a really, really good time with that. They do 3 episodes a week. This particular season was only filmed over 16 days, which is considerably shorter than a US season and like less than half of a regular Australian Survivor season. So this is going to be quick. I feel like we're only going to get about 4 weeks out of this. So if you're not locked in, get locked in, okay? Because it's going to be a fantastic ride, and it already is. So we'll be back in now 12 minutes to be discussing that. Is there anything else for the benefit of the community regarding Big Brother 27?
Nope.
I don't think so. I'm just very happy that Riley's not here anymore.
Yeah. Well, agreed. Let's discuss the week ahead, all right? Because things are getting a little murky for Strat Chat. We don't know if there's a Big Brother Unlocked. We don't watch that anyway. There's apparently a supersized Sunday episode. We have no information on that because Julie said nothing. We have been live on Mondays. We will not be this particular Monday. At least I don't think so. So I think John and I have rehearsal. Next Thursday is an eviction night. It pains me greatly to say that we're both not going to be available because the thing that we're rehearsing for is the following night. So unless Gina is going to pod solo, which she is invited to do, I get the inkling that she will not be interested in doing so. Love to find another time that Labor Day week, because that is Labor Day weekend. So maybe we can find something else, another time for us to chat. We have not discussed that. But that's all the more reason for you to follow us on our socials at Strat Chat Pod to find out exactly what it is that we are doing. And with that, we don't know what that means for Australian Survivor either. So lots to discuss. And again, an additional reason to give us a follow. So thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for tolerating our technical problems and challenges. And, happy eviction night. We wish you all the best. We'll be back soon. And we don't know when, except that it's going to be in 10 minutes. And other than that, we don't know. Thank you. Goodbye.